just... All right, so what does it take to create artwork that you love? What does it really take when we get down to it? What's at the core of, thank you so much, Rebecca. Great, glad that you, sound is back and working. So we're talking about, what does it really take to create art that you love? And what would happen if we took a look at, and realized that we have the power to create artwork that we love and to really express ourselves on the canvas. And, it's only when we choose to have a new perspective and take ownership of that creative voice, do we then start to create artwork that we truly love and really allow ourselves to get into that play process and, enjoy that process of painting and having fun. And hey, Nancy. And so I'm Heather Freeman. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been hanging out with me for a little bit, I love that you're back watching. And so I am the founder of the Painted Playground, and I get to teach women how to play and have fun with painting. And today I'm just diving in. I've got a little piece that I'm working on. It's in progress. So I'm going to flip you over so you can see what I'm working on. And let's talk about that, that creative piece of who we really are and who we want to be so that we can paint the artwork that we love. So let's see if we can get you down, focused on the canvas. That looks pretty good, hey? All right. So just kind of started playing this morning. Oh, and I was starting to say I'm in here a little early because my daughter Zoe, she's a Nordic skier, and she a couple of years ago twisted her ankle, and we had to, got her into the orthopedic because it was not getting any better. And that's kind of shaking on you, huh? So let's do this here. Pop you up here, shift you down a little bit. All right, I think that's better. So yeah, I'm on here a little bit early, and because she had twisted her ankle a couple years ago and then was at Nordic practice yesterday, and it was like, let me shift this way. The last minute of her run, she twisted her ankle again, and she said she heard a pop, and so I called the orthopedic right away, and I'm getting her in this morning, so I shifted my studio hours in here a little bit early. And so, that reminds me, if you want to get notified when I'm going live, Facebook is cool. It kind of gives you like this little pop-up when you start watching. And it says, do you want to follow? And so if you hit that little button, you'll get notified when I go live. So, pretty consistent times and days that I go live, but not always, like today. So if you want to be sure that you get to see what I'm working on and get to hang out, you can just hit that little follow button so you'll get notified. So so I'm just working on a couple, I just started this one. I am loving the play of yellow with orange these days, and so those are the colors that I gravitated to this morning. And just started playing with, and finger painting, I do that a lot. Let me know if that's something that you like to do, finger painting. Katie, good morning. Hey, gotta run, but you're inspiring me to get creative today. Awesome, Katie. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. So, where's my water? Push this around a little bit more. And if you decide to do finger painting, I do suggest you be aware of what types of paints you're using. Oh, we have a little bit of company coming in here. I was talking last week, if you were following me, how to set up your studio so that you don't get distractions. And sometimes it doesn't always work out. You do your best, but sometimes you get visitors. I don't know if you can see or hear my puppers coming in. That happens. So, all right, let's add another color. So, you know, most struggling painters look at their canvas like it's their one shot. You know, they step up to the blank canvas and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess this up. You know, they feel like it's their one chance to get it right. You know, to paint something amazing just right from the get-go, to start with that blank canvas and just paint a masterpiece. Paint something mind-blowing. And, you know, they a lot of times will end up looking outside of themselves for how to paint it perfectly, right? They leave it up to someone else to tell them, you know, what to paint, how to paint it, and, you know, they aren't really expressing what they truly want to express on the canvas. So, you know, they could finish a painting and feel like the end of it, instead of feeling like this major good vibe of, wow, I just did this, this is amazing, they're feeling like something's missing, right? Like, once they're done with a painting, they might even feel like they're a con artist, like they don't deserve credit for doing the painting. They really feel like maybe they're a copycat, or they just didn't do it all themselves, so they don't feel like a true artist. And, you know, I get it. Everybody's got to start somewhere. I've definitely been there, and I continue. Like, I'm continuing to learn new techniques and new ways of painting and expressing myself. And so the problem happens, though, when we get in that comfort zone and we don't allow ourselves to step out of that comfort zone. And we stay in it, and we continue to look outside of ourselves for how to do things, or, you know, we're looking more at like technique and the right way to, you know, put things down to compose a picture or a painting, and rather than, you know, really looking inside of ourselves. And so stepping outside that comfort zone, it can be super scary, but it's necessary to paint the canvas that is begging to be expressed. You know, I'm telling you, there is nothing like the feeling of finishing a painting, you know, being able to step back and look at it and see that, wow, yeah, I did this. This is something I did. 100%. This is me on the canvas. My expression in paint and play. You know, it feels pretty awesome. So what needs to happen is you've got to connect with your inner artist. You've got to let your inner artist be your guide. So sometimes we get stuck in that comfort zone. I get it. But let's talk about how we can get better at connecting with that creative voice, right? And how to have more fun painting. Let's see. Little finger dots. So many different shapes you can make with your fingers, the tools that you have. I'm just playing along, just seeing where it takes me. So simply through the expression of your creativity, you know, just getting to the canvas and practicing, being at the canvas and painting and making the mark, you know, your confidence is going to grow. So the more you paint, the more you're going to make your unique mark on the canvas, one that only you can make. That's going to come out more and more the more you practice and the more you let that be expressed. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if you've ever read Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way. It's one of my favorite books. It's one that I read a while back, and from time to time, I'll come back to it because she just reminds me of, you know, how to really own my creative voice. And she once said, in order to do something well, we must first do it badly. And, because it's not about the one canvas, it's about working our way up to one canvas. Let's make a little, get out some yellow, and whoa, that just went splattering everywhere. Get out some yellow and make some orange. Alright, you don't want to come out, we'll go with this yellow. It's really fun to play and experiment with color mixing. I like to do it sometimes on the paint palette, sometimes just right on the canvas. That. I don't know where my white is. And rather than relying on someone else to tell you how to paint or what to paint, it's important to tap into our own wisdom. We each have it. We each have that creative voice, that creative wisdom in our mind and our heart. We just got to remember to use it. That's cool. Listen to it, follow it, because it speaks to us if we're willing to own it. And use it. So remember, today is what matters. If it were easy, everybody would be doing this, right? Everybody would be doing it. And, nothing worth doing is easy, And so making the wrong decision is always preferable. It's always better to make the wrong decision and be able to learn from it and just take it as an opportunity than to not do it at all. Just a little bit. And I'll use my card. Let's see where that goes. So, remember, it's through the expression of your creativity that confidence grows. The more you use it, the more confident you're going to get in your painting, the more confident you're going to be in just putting down the paint, playing, making mistakes, and learning from those mistakes. We've got to be willing to do it badly so that we can learn how to do it well. And we got to give ourselves the chance to do that. Rather than relying on someone else to tell us how to paint or what to paint, you have that wisdom. Your creative voice is inside of you and wants to come out to play and paint. So we've got to listen to it. And today's the day. Today you can do something to nurture that And, you know, nothing we do is easy, especially when it comes to, you know, just figuring out that voice and tapping into it. It's not always easy because sometimes we've shut it down for so long that we forget how to tap into it. So we gotta teach ourselves again how to do it. So, what do you think? Do you have your own tips for painting with confidence and listening to that inner voice and expressing yourself on the canvas that you'd like to share? I would love to hear it. And I'd love to hear your takeaways. If you found something that was like, oh, when I said one of the tips or pieces of encouragement, and you're like, oh, yeah, that resonated with me. Let me know below. Just leave a hashtag takeaway and tell me what it is. And, you know, I really hope today's painting encouragement helps you. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're finding this helpful, and it helps point me in the direction of what is helpful to you, because that's the whole point of me being here. Is sharing what I love to do and helping you do more of what you desire to create, creating more of what you desire to create. So I'm going to leave this here, let it dry. This will be my painting in progress. And if you enjoyed hanging out with me here, I would love to hang out with you more in our Facebook group, Free Studio group, where I get to share even more tips and we get to have more fun painting. So the link is in the description. You can click on that and join our free Facebook group. And, you know, the more people playing at the canvas, having fun painting, the more beautiful our world will be. I know that's super cheesy, but I totally believe it. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time at the canvas. All right, bye for now.